The biology and anatomy of the dugongs. Hey there, ocean explorers and sea creature enthusiasts. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysterious world of dugongs, those gentle giants of the sea that always seem to be smiling? We're about to embark on an incredible journey beneath the waves to discover the secrets of these amazing animals. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of dugong life, let me tell you a spooky story that'll make your fins tingle and your seaweed stand on end. Dugongs, the curse of the sea cow. Once upon a time, in a small fishing village nestled along a tropical coastline, there lived a greedy fisherman named Old Joe. He was always trying to catch more fish than anyone else, no matter the cost to the ocean or its creatures. One stormy night, as the waves crashed against the shore and lightning split the sky, Old Joe heard whispers of a magical dugong that could grant wishes to those who caught it. Without thinking twice about the consequences, Old Joe set out in his rickety old boat, determined to find this mystical sea creature. As he sailed into the deep blue sea, the storm raged around him, but he pressed on, his eyes scanning the churning waters for any sign of the dugong. Suddenly, as a bolt of lightning illuminated the sea, he spotted the dugong's silvery back glinting in the moonlight. Old Joe's heart raced with excitement as he threw his net, certain he was about to become the luckiest man alive. But just as he was about to catch the creature, it turned to face him. The dugong's eyes glowed with an eerie green light, like bioluminescent algae in the darkest depths of the ocean. In a voice that sounded like waves crashing on rocks mixed with the mournful songs of whales, it spoke. "Foolish human, your greed has brought you to your doom. From this day forward, you shall breathe like a dugong, forever searching for seagrass in the depths of the ocean." With a blinding flash of light that outshone even the lightning, Old Joe felt his body changing. His legs fused together into a powerful tail, his arms transformed into flippers, and his nose elongated into a bristly snout. He had become a strange creature, half man, half dugong. Old Joe could no longer return to land. He spent the rest of his days munching on seagrass and warning other fishermen about the dangers of greed. Some say that on stormy nights, you can still hear Old Joe's mournful calls, reminding us all to respect the ocean and its inhabitants. Now, don't worry, kids. Dugongs aren't really magical or cursed. They're actually super cool animals with some amazing features. Old Joe's story is just a reminder that we should always treat the ocean and its creatures with respect. So, let's dive in and learn all about these fascinating sea cows. Meet the dugong, the cow of the sea. Imagine a cow that decided to trade in its grassy fields for the vast ocean. That's kind of what a dugong looks like. These big blubbery creatures are sometimes called sea cows because they're shaped a bit like cows and they graze on underwater plants. But unlike their land-dwelling counterparts, dugongs are excellent swimmers and can hold their breath for up to 6 minutes. Dugongs are pretty big. They can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh as much as 1,100 pounds. That's about the same weight as a grand piano or a small car. To put it in perspective, that's like having 5 or 6 kids in your class, all squished together into one big blubbery sea animal. But don't let their size fool you. These gentle giants are as peaceful as they come, spending their days lazily munching on seagrass and floating through warm coastal waters. Unlike whales or dolphins, which are smooth and sleek, dugongs have a bit of a wrinkly appearance, almost like they're wearing a baggy swimsuit. Their skin is thick and tough, ranging in color from brownish gray to light gray. Some dugongs even have pink bellies. This tough skin helps protect them from scratches and bumps as they swim through coral reefs or rocky areas. One of the most noticeable features of a dugong is its face. They have a large, rounded snout that points downward, perfect for grazing on seagrass. Their eyes are small but have a special membrane that helps protect them underwater, kind of like built-in goggles, and those little bumps you might see on their face. Those are super sensitive whiskers that help them find food in murky water. Anatomy and physiology of the dugongs. Now, let's take a closer look at how dugongs are built. They have a streamlined body shape that helps them glide through the water, kind of like a submarine. This shape reduces drag as they swim, helping them conserve energy, which is super important when you spend all day looking for food. One of the coolest things about dugongs is their tail. Unlike fish, which have vertical tails, dugongs have a horizontal tail fluke, just like whales and dolphins. This tail helps them power through the water with strong up and down movements. It's like they're doing underwater push-ups all day long. Dugongs have two flippers near the front of their body. These flippers are a bit like our arms, but they're shaped more like paddles. They use these flippers to steer and to dig up plants from the seafloor. Interestingly, inside these flippers, dugongs have bones that are similar to the bones in our arms and hands. It's like they're wearing flippers all the time. Now, here's something really interesting. Dugongs have lungs, just like we do. But they've adapted to hold their breath for a long time underwater. Their lungs are long and flat, stretching along their back. This helps them stay balanced in the water and allows them to hold more air. It's like they have a built-in life jacket. Dr. Elaine Marsh, a top marine biologist who spent years studying dugongs, found that these amazing creatures can slow down their heartbeat when they dive. This helps them use less oxygen and stay underwater longer. It's like they have a built-in scuba tank. Humans can hold their breath for maybe a minute or two, but dugongs can stay underwater for up to 6 minutes. That's enough time to swim to the bottom of a really deep swimming pool and back up again 3 times. Another cool adaptation dugongs have is their blood. It's really good at storing and transporting oxygen throughout their body. This helps them stay underwater for longer periods and dive to deeper depths without getting the bends, a problem human divers can face if they come up too quickly from deep water. Dugongs also have a special digestive system to help them break down all that tough seagrass they eat. Their stomach is divided into different chambers, kind of like a cow's stomach. This helps them get all the nutrients they need from their plant-based diet. They even have special bacteria in their gut that helps them digest the tough cellulose in seagrass. It's like having a whole team of tiny chefs working in their tummy. Evolutionary history of the dugongs. Believe it or not, dugongs' ancestors used to walk on land. Millions of years ago, about 50 million years to be exact, there were animals called porostomus that looked a bit like small hippos. These creatures lived near the water and gradually spent more and more time swimming and feeding in shallow seas. Over millions of years, these animals adapted to life in the water. Their legs became flippers, their tails flattened to help them swim, and their noses moved to the top of their heads to become blowholes. It's like they were playing a really slow game of evolution dress-up. This journey from land to sea is why dugongs still have some features that remind us of land animals. For example, they have fingernails on their flippers. These are left over from when their ancestors had fingers for walking on land. It's like they're wearing little underwater gloves. Another interesting leftover from their land-dwelling days is their bones. Unlike fish, whose bones are light and filled with air spaces, dugong bones are dense and heavy. This helps them stay underwater more easily, but it also means they can't swim as fast as some other sea creatures. Scientists have found fossils of dugong ancestors all over the world, even in places where dugongs don't live today. This tells us that these animals used to be much more widespread than they are now. It's like they were the world travelers of the ancient animal kingdom. Dugongs family and relatives. Dugongs belong to a group of animals called Sirenia. This group includes manatees, which are like the dugongs' cousins. The name Sirenia comes from the sirens of Greek mythology, beautiful creatures that were said to lure sailors with their songs. Early sailors sometimes mistook dugongs and manatees for mermaids, which is pretty funny when you think about how different they look from humans. Sadly, there used to be another member of this family called the Steller sea cow. This massive animal could grow up to 30 feet long. That's as long as a school bus. But it went extinct in the 1760s because people hunted it too much. It's a sad reminder of why it's so important to protect animals like the dugong. Manatees and dugongs look pretty similar, but there are some key differences. Manatees have rounder tails that look a bit like a paddle, while dugongs have tail flukes that are more crescent-shaped, like a whale's tail. Manatees also live in freshwater areas like rivers and coastal areas, while dugongs stick to the salty seas. Both dugongs and manatees are sometimes called sea cows, but dugongs are actually more closely related to elephants than to cows. If you look closely at a dugong's skin, you might notice it's a bit wrinkly, kind of like an elephant's skin. They even have sparse hairs all over their bodies, just like elephants. Dugongs' reproduction and breeding. When it comes to having babies, dugongs take things slow. Female dugongs usually only have one calf every 3 to 7 years. That's a long time compared to humans, who can have babies every year if they want to. This slow reproduction rate is one reason why dugongs are vulnerable to extinction. If something happens to reduce their population, it takes a long time for their numbers to grow back. Baby dugongs, called calves, are super cute. They're about 4 feet long when they're born and weigh around 60 pounds. That's about the size of a big dog. The mom dugong feeds her calf milk for about 18 months, which is longer than human babies usually drink milk. Dugong milk is very rich and fatty, which helps the calves grow quickly. Dr. Ivan Lawler, another marine scientist, discovered that dugong moms and calves can recognize each other's whistles. It's like they have their own special language. This is important because the ocean is a big place, and it helps moms and babies find each other if they get separated. Interestingly, male dugongs don't help raise the calves. The moms do all the work of feeding and protecting their babies. This is different from some other marine mammals like dolphins, where males sometimes help protect the young. Dugongs can live for a long time, up to 70 years in some cases. That's about as long as a human grandparent might live. This long lifespan means that dugongs have to be careful about their environment. If their habitat is damaged, it can affect them for many years. Dugongs' habitat and distribution. Dugongs love warm water and are found in the shallow coastal areas of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They prefer places where there's lots of seagrass growing on the ocean floor. You might spot them around countries like Australia, Indonesia, and parts of East Africa. These sea cows don't like the cold, so you won't find them in places with chilly water. They're kind of like the beach bums of the ocean world. Dugongs prefer water that's between 23 degrees centigrade and 26 degrees centigrade, 73 degrees Fahrenheit to 79 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about as warm as a nice swimming pool. Dugongs usually stay in shallow waters, typically less than 10 meters, 33 feet, deep. This is because seagrass needs sunlight to grow, and sunlight doesn't penetrate very deep into the ocean. However, some adventurous dugongs have been spotted in waters as deep as 37 meters, 121 feet. Unlike some marine mammals that migrate long distances, dugongs tend to stay in the same general area year-round. However, they may move around within their habitat to find the best seagrass beds. It's like they're always on the lookout for the best underwater restaurant. Dr. Amanda Hodgson, a marine mammal researcher, has used drones to study dugong populations in Australia. She found that dugongs often gather in large groups in areas with lots of seagrass. These gatherings can sometimes include hundreds of dugongs. Dugongs feeding and hunting. Dugongs are herbivores, which means they only eat plants. Their favorite food is seagrass, and they spend most of their day munching away on these underwater plants. It's like they're mowing the lawn of the ocean. To eat, dugongs use their strong, bristly snouts to dig up seagrass roots from the seafloor. Their snouts are especially adapted for this task. The upper lip is split into two parts that can move independently, allowing the dugong to grab and pull up seagrass with amazing precision. It's like having two tiny hands on your face. Dugongs can eat up to 88 pounds of seagrass in a day. That's like eating 352 quarter-pound hamburgers. To put it another way, a dugong eats about 10% of its body weight every day. If a human did that, it would be like eating 15 to 20 pizzas every single day. Dr. Donna Kwan, a dugong expert, found that these animals play a crucial role in spreading seagrass seeds. As they eat, some seeds pass through their digestive system unharmed and grow into new plants. So, dugongs are like underwater gardeners. This process, called seed dispersal, helps maintain healthy seagrass ecosystems. Interestingly, dugongs don't just eat any seagrass they find. They're actually quite picky eaters. They prefer certain species of seagrass that are more nutritious. Some scientists think that dugongs can even tell the difference between male and female seagrass plants, preferring the more nutritious female plants. While seagrass is their main food, dugongs have been known to snack on other things too. In some areas, they've been observed eating algae, and occasionally they might accidentally swallow small animals that live among the seagrass, like crabs or sea squirts. But these are more like accidental side dishes to their main vegetarian meal. Dugong's inspiration to technology and science. Believe it or not, dugongs have inspired some cool inventions. Scientists have studied the way dugongs move through water to design better boats and submarines. The dugong's streamlined body shape helps reduce drag in the water, making them super efficient swimmers. Engineers have used this principle to design boats that use less fuel and move more smoothly through the water. The dugong skin has also caught the attention of scientists. Dugongs have a special coating on their skin that helps prevent algae and barnacles from growing on them. Engineers have studied this and are working on developing new types of paint for ships that will stop sea creatures from attaching to the hull. This could help boats move faster and use less fuel. Dr. Paul Bates, a marine engineer, has been studying the dugong's flippers. He found that the shape of their flippers helps them make very precise movements underwater. This research is being used to develop better underwater robots that can move more smoothly and quietly, which could be used for ocean exploration or to monitor marine environments. Another interesting area of research inspired by dugongs is their ability to hold their breath for long periods. Scientists are studying how dugongs manage their oxygen use to see if they can apply this knowledge to help human divers stay underwater longer or to develop better life support systems for astronauts. The super senses of dugongs. Now let's talk about how dugongs use their senses to navigate the underwater world. Like many marine mammals, dugongs have excellent hearing. They use low-frequency sounds to communicate with each other, kind of like whales do. These sounds can travel long distances underwater, helping dugongs stay in touch even when they can't see each other. But here's something really cool. Dugongs have sensitive bristles all over their faces. These bristles, called vibrissa, help them feel around for food in murky water. It's a bit like how cats use their whiskers but underwater. These bristles are so sensitive that dugongs can tell the difference between different types of plants just by touching them. Dr. Janet Lanyon, a marine mammal expert, discovered that dugongs can actually taste the water around them. This helps them find the tastiest seagrass beds and avoid areas with yucky pollution. Imagine if you could taste your food before even putting it in your mouth. Dugongs also have pretty good eyesight, especially for spotting predators like sharks. Their eyes are positioned on the sides of their head, giving them a wide field of view. This helps them keep an eye out for danger while they're busy munching on seagrass. Interestingly, dugongs don't have the best sense of smell. This is because they spend all their time underwater, and smelling isn't as useful in water as it is on land. But their other senses more than make up for it. Comparing dugongs to other sea creatures. Let's play a quick game of Compare the Creature. Dugongs might look a bit like seals or sea lions, but they're not related at all. Seals and sea lions are carnivores, meat eaters, and can spend time on land, while dugongs are strictly water dwellers and eat only plants. It's like comparing a cow to a dog. They're both mammals, but that's about where the similarities end. Dugongs are sometimes mistaken for mermaids by sailors, can you imagine? This is probably because when dugongs hold their calves to nurse, they look a bit like a human holding a baby. But unlike the mermaids in storybooks, dugongs don't have long flowing hair or sing beautiful songs. Unlike fish, dugongs don't have gills. They breathe air just like we do, but they can hold their breath much longer. While humans can only hold their breath for a minute or two, dugongs can stay underwater for up to 6 minutes. That's like holding your breath for the entire time it takes to brush your teeth 3 times over. Compared to dolphins, dugongs are much slower swimmers. Dolphins can zoom through the water at speeds up to 25 miles per hour, but dugongs usually cruise along at a leisurely 6 miles per hour. It's like the difference between a race car and a bicycle. Dugongs and manatees, their closest living relatives, look pretty similar at first glance, but there are some key differences. Dugongs have a fluke tail, like a whale's, while manatees have a paddle-shaped tail. Dugongs also prefer salt water, while manatees can live in both fresh and salt water. It's like comparing identical twins. They look the same at first, but when you look closer, you can spot the differences. So, there you have it, ocean explorers. From their cow-like appearance to their amazing adaptations for life under the sea, dugongs are truly one-of-a-kind creatures. They remind us of the incredible diversity of life in our oceans, and why it's so important to protect these underwater worlds. Next time you're at the beach, take a moment to think about the gentle dugongs grazing on seagrass in the warm, shallow waters nearby. Who knows? Maybe you'll be inspired to become a marine biologist and study these fascinating animals yourself. Remember, every creature in the ocean, from the tiniest plankton to the biggest whale, plays an important role in keeping our planet healthy. By learning about and protecting animals like the dugong, we're helping to ensure that our oceans remain full of life for generations to come. So, let's all do our part to keep our oceans clean and safe for dugongs and all their sea friends. And who knows, maybe one day, if you're very lucky, you might spot a dugong in the wild. Just remember, if you do, give it plenty of space and admire it from afar. After all, we want to be good neighbors to these gentle giants of the sea. So, until our next underwater adventure, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep loving our amazing ocean world.